Today, we're going to explore a really challenging, almost radical idea about what true friendship is all about. This comes from the philosophy of Zarathustra, and let me tell you, it's a vision that doesn't ask for comfort, it asks for courage.
So let's just start with a question that gets right to the heart of it all. What do you truly look for in a friend? Is it just comfort? A shoulder to cry on? Someone who makes you feel safe? Or is it something a lot more demanding? This one question is going to guide our entire journey today.
To really get a handle on Zarathustra's ideal, we have to start where most of us live. He calls it the Valley of Neighbors. It's a comfortable place, but it's also a place where real growth goes to die.
See, this valley is filled with what he calls the many too many. Think of them as mirrors of our own smallness. They all huddle together, not out of some deep, genuine connection, but really just to keep the cold of loneliness away. That warmth they feel, it's not a spiritual bond. It's just the warmth of the herd.
And this is where we see a crucial difference. Down in the valley, you find the companion. They gather around, sharing gossip and pity, keeping everything easy and comfortable. But Zarathustra, he looks up at the mountain peaks, and he calls for the friend. And this friend is no soft pillow for when you're tired. No, this is a fellow climber, a beautiful and even dangerous other who challenges your very soul to outgrow itself.
So why do so many of us settle for the valley? Well, Zarathustra suggests it's because of a really fundamental fear. The inability to face who we are when we're completely and utterly alone.
This is the lament of the seeker, right? That feeling of being trapped in your own head, stuck in this suffocating, endless dialogue with yourself. And to escape that circle, we often create a third person, the friend.
So for a lot of people, a friend isn't really a partner in growth. They're an escape route. They become a bridge you use to flee from your own inner emptiness. This kind of friendship isn't about connecting, it's about being distracted from the really hard work of knowing yourself.
And this brings us to the first great trial on the path to a true friendship. Before you can ever hope to find a real friend, Zarathustra says you have to pass the test of solitude first.
Zarathustra throws this challenge right at us. Before you go out looking for a connection, who are you when nobody else is around? What do you actually bring to the table? Because who you are when you're alone, well, that determines everything.
For example, if in your solitude you are a slave, someone who can't stand on their own, who needs someone else to feel complete or validated, then you just can't be a friend. You'll only ever be leaning on them, not climbing with them.
And on the flip side, if in your solitude you are a tyrant, someone who needs to dominate and possess other people to feel powerful, then you can't have friends either. You'll only ever find subjects, never equals. So the ideal, then, is to become a lion in your solitude. You have to become a firm island first, totally self-sufficient and strong. It's only from that position of strength, of being whole all by yourself, that you can truly offer a harbor to another soul, without needing to enslave them or be enslaved by them.
All right, so now that we've established this foundation of solitude, we get to the most radical, the most powerful part of this idea, Zarathustra's total redefinition of a friend's true purpose. And there it is, the central, shocking idea. Your truest friend shouldn't be your greatest comfort, but your best enemy. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but it's not about malice. It's about a love that is so fierce, it demands greatness. This breaks it down perfectly. You have the sympathizer who weeps when you weep and offers you pity. In doing that, they're honoring your weakness. But the challenger, your best enemy, refuses to let you settle for that. They honor your potential, the greater person you could become, and they will challenge you relentlessly to reach for it.
This battlefield of love actually has rules. Your friend has to be willing to be the no that forces you towards a greater yes in your own life. This friendship is a place where two spirits strike sparks against each other, not to destroy but to illuminate. It's a forge, where you sharpen each other's wills like blades, making you both stronger.
So what's the ultimate form of this relationship? What does it look like at its peak? Zarathustra gives us one final, breathtaking metaphor: a friendship of stars.
To even attempt this kind of bond, you need something really rare, the great health of the soul. This means having a spirit that is so robust it can endure long, cold winters of silence, and the sharp, unforgiving winds of truth that this kind of friendship absolutely demands.
And this gives us the qualities of that bond. Like stars, true friends can be distant, and yet they move in a shared, beautiful harmony. A friend should be a cloak for your wounds when you need it, but never, ever a crutch for your laziness. They have to be a stumbling block to your pride to keep you humble. And ultimately, they serve as this distant goal, like a ghost or a dream that is constantly pulling you upward. So, this entire architecture of friendship is built on one single shared purpose. See, most friendships are just a conspiracy against the heights. This one is different. It's a shared longing for the future, a joint struggle towards the light, a mutual demand that you each become the Übermensch, the overcomer.
And that brings us right back to our first question, but now it has a much deeper meaning, doesn't it? When you look at your life, what are you really looking for? A comfortable neighbor to hide with in the valley? Someone who just confirms your smallness? Or are you looking for your best enemy? Someone to climb the mountains with, who demands that you become something more? The choice, as Zarathustra suggests, defines not only your friendships, but the entire trajectory of your soul.